they rip me, right? And you know that's how we do. Hey, Andre kinda did this, right? And Deuce Trey kinda did this,
that's right.
Right, and Paseo done did this, right? And when we hit him,
Hey everybody, it's Jeff Selby again. Welcome to Paseo PDX, the Portland Parks Foundation's Arts Festival and Mutual Aid Funding Drive. We want to thank our lead sponsor, PGE, along with Perkins Coal, First Republic Bank, and 40 other contributors. We wanted to be here with you all in the South Park blocks, but of course we are dealing with COVID-19 and we had to be nimble and change our plans. So thanks for being with us. In a minute, we'll hear from two youth poets from Verselandia. That's Literary Arts Citywide Youth Poetry Slam, offering a public platform for local high school students to showcase their talents on stage. We have two true talents, Jolly Rapper and Jazlynn Davis. These poets join us in honoring Don't Shoot Portland, a social justice organization that uses art, education, and community engagement to create social change. Since 2014, Don't Shoot's free programming and legal advocacy work has been done to promote civic participation in the spaces of racial justice and human rights. To benefit Don't Shoot and 13 other mutual aid groups, Paseo PDX's lead sponsor, PGE, and the Portland Parks Foundation are making a $4,000 challenge to the community. $4,000, isn't that great? Yeah. Let's double or triple it. Any contribution, no matter how small, qualifies you for a drawing for some cool prizes. So check out paseopdx.org/challenge. And now, please join me in welcoming the youth poets.
My name is Jolly Rapper, that's Rapper with a W. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Jolly Rapper, Rapper with a W. I also make music at Jolly Rapper, Rapper with a W. I'm gonna be doing a spoken word poem. If you do not like poetry, feel free to tune out. As a kid, I was into art, but I could never draw a perfect line. My hands were just too unsteady. Eventually, I got decent at drawing lines, gliding a pencil tip across the page ever so gently. I never knew what to draw, so I would always end up drawing lines. My hands just did what my mind was expressing. I figured out that every line I drew were just words I were suppressing. So I forced myself to stop drawing lines, but I couldn't help but question, were the imperfect lines I refused to draw my only sense of acceptance, sense of protection, sense of direction, sense of a sensible sentence, my only sense of perfection? If I continued to fight this feeling of drawing lines, if I neglected, would that only cause me to make more lines in any form or substance? From soft graphite to gloopy ink to dripping paint on canvas, from bleeding Sharpies to waxy crayons to grinding chalk in classes, from smudging charcoal to sculpting clay to stitching lines in fabrics. So many ways to create lines, I needed all the practice. Wait. You know what I just realized? Lines are everything. I know it might sound weird, but hear me out. Lines dictate our lives. How? Whenever you're scrolling down, you're scrolling through lines. Whenever you need to go somewhere, you use GPS and you follow a line. Palm readers read the what on your hands? The lines. An officer checks to see if you're tipsy by having you walk in a straight line. That same police officer shot and killed an innocent unarmed black kid who was walking home from school. When the detectives arrived, they traced his cold, lifeless, limp body in a line of chalk. Society is teaching black kids to become tightrope walkers. Because if you walk these streets, you're walking a fine line and there's no safety net that'll break your fall. And that ain't a problem. Because the only way you'll fall is if they're caught slipping. They'll be grinning with pride. The trigger is lit in their eyes. They pull it, gripping it tight. You'll get hit from behind or hit from the side, and the officer will say something along the lines of, "These things happen in this line of duty." But don't give us that line. Even poets with fire lines can't avoid their line of fire. And who's to blame? Who's behind the line? It can't possibly be the schools, because the schools, they listen. The schools are gifted. The schools are dripping. The schools are dripping. Perhaps it's the leak in the school to prison pipeline. Stay silent, keep your hands to your sides, and stand in a single file. You can only participate if you sign your name on the dotted. Yeah, sure, you can be creative, but do not color outside the... we can't even spell discipline without line. All our lives are just lines, just timelines, and so many of our lives are cut too short. It's as if society is the scissors and we're the dotted line. So, to all the people who hate when I write poetry, you're ugly. You say my lines are borderline offensive. Well, I'm bored of lines defending the true culprit behind the weapon, in full disguise, pretending like each bullet strike is not plainly pointed towards the opposing side's direction. Us as in the U.S. Why us? Why is America blinded by the giant shadow casted by their ego? We put up so many lines between each other, putting society in a box. Let's take those same lines and use them as a way to connect the dots. We as human beings are approaching the end of our time. So where do we draw the line?
Hi, my name is Jazlynn. I go by she, her pronouns, and yeah, I'm gonna be reading Summer Nights. Summer Nights. It's May 27th. Last year this time, I was with my friends, dancing in the stars at the park. Now, I'm too angry to go to sleep, and I'm writing, trying to keep the tears away. This summer night is just me writing, hoping I don't get murdered because I'm black. There's still protests going on for the death of George Floyd, and I've been crying for hours. Yeah, sure, well, we'll of course get through this, but in broken pieces. I'm never going to be able to forget not being able to sleep for weeks because society hates me, it hates my skin, and every day it tries to rip me apart. I say I love inspiring people, but how can I inspire people when my life is in danger? I'm scared for the poor babies who grew up in this crappy world. I'm fighting for them. I'm fighting for myself, and I'm hoping that this fucked up system can be changed. It has to take so much hurt just for some basic human rights. Right about now, I miss being a kid. I had to grow up and take over shit before I could even spell it unconstitutional. I'm not done working for summer break till I get some basic human rights, and I don't care what I have to do. I'm not going to just sit back and watch innocent black people get killed. I'm not doing well. I haven't been doing well. I'm pissed and tired of having to fight, because if I don't use my voice, I'll lose it. Black lives are in danger for just existing. I'm black and my life matters. It's always mattered. Summer nights are just me trying to fight for my human rights in these starry nights.